Hey everyone, I'm Anthony Rossi.
I'm Gannon Carl McIntyre.
I'm Patrick Deary.
And we're on the scene with a review of the Star Wars Original Trilogy.
What do you guys think of the Star Wars Original Trilogy?
Well, let's start off with Star Wars, the first one.
Not episode 4. The internet lies to you and tells you that it's episode 4 New Hope. But that didn't happen. Han Solo shot first. Do you hear me? Greedo is a whiny little bitch who deserved to get shot. Han Solo shot first.
You heard it from him, folks. Han Solo shot first.
Greedo did not pull the trigger at all. Han Solo shot him and he died.
So for the sake of this video, we're going to call it Episode 4, A New Hope, because that's what most of you know it as. Again, just cool down. It's going to be okay.
Okay.
There was no Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt was not in this movie. He was a mystery. It was great.
This movie is filled with conspiracies because of the amount of changes George Lucas made to it after its original release. Most of which were not good. He kind of went on a downhill thing.
Anyways, want me to start?
Yeah, start.
Alright. Well, anyways, I love movies, and this is the reason for it. When I was young, I don't know how old I was, 5, 4, 6, whatever.
5, 4, 6.
5, 4, 4, 5, 6. When I saw this movie, to me it was like the realization of what a movie could be and what storytelling could be, and it was the first thing that ever really connected to me on that deep emotional level. And that's why it's my favorite movie of all time, even more so than Empire and Jedi, which I also love, but we'll get to that later. The number one scene for me that summons up why the whole movie is great, and I think it's the greatest scene in motion picture history, is it's that scene right there. Look up, ladies and gentlemen. When Luke is looking over the sun, and you hear that. Ba, 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 ba. I'm sure it's playing over the video contract right now.
I'm crying, man.
Right, he's crying. It's so good. And you don't need any line of dialogue to just understand the characters. The characters are easily understood. It's an easy story to follow. And it's the oldest story of all time, but that's why it's so great.
Yeah, I think what makes it great, which is really the whole series, is I don't know. I kind of looked at this stuff. It's archetypal.
Yes.
It's such an old story.
Actually,
kind of like Shakespeare.
Yeah,
Shakespeare
exactly.
took something that has always existed in human minds.
It's like the Bible, basically.
Yeah.
Actually, I was in English this past year, and we were learning about archetypes and archetypal stories. The one we actually studied in class was Beowulf. But we learned when we were doing the notes and stuff. My teacher kept relating back to Star Wars and all that, and I completely agree with it. It's straight up an archetypal story. It's an incredible adventure.
You didn't
and I love
screw
it.
up. You just corrected yourself.
And I think it
changed. It is the most influential movie ever made. I mean, it did what Shakespeare and the Bible took hundreds of years to do, and it's done
on film.
Yeah, on film, and it's done in it did it in probably 10. Every single book you pick up today, every video game you play, every TV show you watch, every movie you watch, somehow was created because of Star Wars. It changed
Not
everything.
because of Star Wars, but because of the underlying story that is within Star Wars. That story is the same throughout almost everything.
Yeah, exactly.
The hero always comes
The
out
hero's
top.
journey.
Yeah.
The mentor. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And truly light against dark side. It's just good and evil.
Yeah,
it's a classic good and evil story.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
the
the bad
best.
guys are really bad, the good guys are really good. Han Solo's kind of in between. But he's like the only character who's in between. They're always good or bad.
And it also has like government.
Yeah.
But Darth Vader
That's
is
gonna
like
be
the
the big show
overpowering government, basically.
Luke Skywalker, everybody is Luke Skywalker.
You could really relate any good or bad story, like good versus evil story, to this.
Yeah. Luke Skywalker's the everyman. Everybody is him. It keeps light the parts you want to hear about, and it keeps dark
And
the parts you don't want to hear about.
It got or didn't get rid of because it's the original. Had no metachlorians, so
there were no idea. They didn't even know
The
metachlorians
Force
existed.
is a thing of nature.
You can just understand the Force because everybody
It's
has religion.
it makes sense.
It flows
makes-
through everything.
It binds us,
It
surrounds us,
makes
penetrates
sense
us.
compared to metachlorians, which just don't.
All right, so numbers for Star Wars.
Actually, that's what I was just gonna get to.
No, you go ahead first.
9.
9. Okay,
No,
I'll
no,
go with
it's on
9.
10. 10. It's a perfect movie. It's my favorite movie of all time.
Okay, now to my favorite movie of all time,
Empire
My
Strikes
second
Back,
favorite movie of all time.
which
Or
the
maybe third, I
Hoth
do like it.
scene was the
The best.
greatest battle scene in movie history. I'm not kidding you. I have watched that scene over 200 times. I spent one night in
That's
my
a spirit,
childhood
yeah,
watching
that's a
it
spirit.
145 times.
It's
There was
funny,
a
I found
point
that
in
to
my
be the
life
most
where I
boring
couldn't
part of
watch
the
it because I remember it so much.
I mean, it.
That's so sad, Patrick. That's like
It was-
embarrassing.
It was it made part of the reason, I don't know if you guys know this yet, you will eventually, how much I hate CGI when it's overused. It didn't use any or a very limited amount, and it proved to you that you didn't need it because it looks amazing. There are a few scenes it seemed weird with the way the AT-ATs like fell and stuff, so it looks a little fake. Other than that though, it looked as realistic as you can get.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. This is my favorite Star Wars movie. It's tied with The Force Awakens, I think. Well, alright, yeah, it's my favorite Star Wars movie.
It's most people's favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah, and for good
But
reason.
it going back to like you said, like the Force is kind of like a religion. It is really.
It is.
Well, the whole story is delving inwards instead of going backwards. Like, we're delving into all the characters.
Okay,
well, I think the part
going off I don't think the Force itself is a religion. I think Jedi is a religion, and Sith is more so a religion.
Yeah,
I think it's the same one. They're
But
like,
it's all built. Force is like God.
Yes.
it's
Well,
witchcraft like nature. It's a natural thing that
Natural.
not everyone.
natural.
It's blending all of these religions together. You know, like samurai, the universe.
Samurai.
You know, because samurai.
Feng shui.
They
Feng
think,
shui, no,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
feng
They
shui.
think they can like control the universe and stuff. It's kind of blending that in with.
And I think it's,
I mean,
it's
George
cool
Lucas
because
was
like
Catholic, so.
they even said that some of the people in the movie don't believe in it, like Han Solo.
Yeah,
didn't
yeah. Just
until-
like
in real life.
you know, yeah.
And I think a really,
Ancient religion.
Yeah,
really,
the Force
Wookiee
is gone,
weapon.
but then you see the Sith is good and the Jedi is bad of that religion.
I think
Like-
what really brought it out
God.
was first off just
Yoda.
dead Anakin talking to Luke while he's whether you think that's a vision or he's
That
like
Anakin?
hallucinating.
You know, he chops Darth
Anakin
Vader's
or-
head off.
Or Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
And then
sorry.
especially as a kid, I thought it was a horrible scene because I didn't understand it. But now that I somewhat understand it, it's a mind-blowing scene when
You know what? They did
and
talk
Luke-
about that
Luke-
at the end of the prequels, actually, about how you can start to use the Force to.
Well, as we know, there are only
Well,
4
so-
people
I
who
don't
could
know
do
if you
that.
remember-
Qui-Gon,
Qui-Gon-
Anakin, Yoda,
But
and
Qui-Gon
Obi-Wan.
never does it, and that's why.
Well, we know he can do it, though.
Yeah.
And we see
But
it in
it
the
just upsets
TV
me
show.
that they never do, because they should.
my favorite though.
I think Qui-Gon would be cool coming back.
My favorite scene, I don't know about you guys, I think besides the battle, probably my favorite scene in Star Wars history is when was it Endor? What? I forgot. Yoda.
That's,
Dagobah.
Dagobah.
When he's being trained by Yoda, and he sees his father, Darth Vader,
Oh.
in
We don't know
the
his father.
caves, and he didn't know at the time, and he cuts off his head, and it's a vision, and you see the face.
You see Mark
The
Hamill's
twist.
face.
You see Mark Hamill's face.
The twist?
We all know what the twist is.
That was my favorite scene.
No, Luke, I have no fault.
Oh.
That scene shows
That's going to be buried
the
with the sands of time.
I think the reason I like the fifth one best, the first kind of sets the stage for everything
Yeah.
and explains what Star
I mean, I
Wars
think if you-
is. Fifth really shows, or
It really shows
there's conflict.
the
To
story.
me, the three of them are kind of on the same page, but if you had to make me pick one, I'd go with first.
and
It's the
it
first
shows
I've
the
seen, but
conflict
you're right,
between
it's-
all the characters.
I will say the one thing. I mean, I do think it's like the best. It has the greatest romantic scene in any movie ever, which is when Han's being pushed in the carbonite, and he knows what I'm gonna say. And Leia just looks at him, and this was improvised actually because it was terrible in the actual script because we all know how George Lucas writes dialogue. But Leia goes, "I love you," and he just turns back like a pimp and goes, "I know."
That was epic.
That's great.
I watched that last night.
And
I watched
Lando-
that movie.
Lando
He's a douche.
but he's an
He's
awesome
a great
dude.
character.
If
He's
I-
a great douche.
If I had to go get douche at a store, I would get Lando. Like, he's the greatest.
And he teams up with them at the end. I mean,
He doesn't truly hate them, though. He's just kind of a
he's
jerk.
kind of like Han was.
He's a
bef-
wimpy jerk.
He's like
Yeah.
Han was when we first met him, but he hasn't gone through that change
And
yet that Han went through. And I think he does in Jedi.
I think what you really see, too, the whole dinner table or whatever, when they're in there, that's what it really shows how much like, the Empire really is like a government
Yeah.
over them.
It's all great. It's a great movie. And it's probably the most famous cliffhanger ending ever.
Yeah.
So
So-
numbers?
Yeah. Oh, 10 out of 10.
10.
9.9.
Why won't you go
10. It's a 10. It's a 10.
Return of the Jedi.
Awesome.
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go off about this. Everyone hates the
God.
Ewoks. You know what? Screw you. The Ewoks are awesome. Do you know what an Ewok could do to you? You
you.
get caught by an Ewok, it will eat you alive. It's like a velociraptor.
They eat you. Do you understand? They're cute. It's part of their evolution.
Evolution.
You ever read in history, everyone's like, oh, the poor Native Americans. No, Native Americans were savage. The Ewoks are that savage. They will cut you open. They will eat you while you're still looking at them, and they will sacrifice you to the gods while you're still alive with no intestines inside.
Oh my god. Get him.
The Ewoks
Alright.
are awesome.
Yes, they are. Tone it down.
That's the second rant I've gone on.
I love well, let's just go straight to the end.
The throne room scene is,
Oh.
other than this scene, is the greatest scene in the movie.
When he seeing Darth Vader turn good, I would say, yeah.
The atmosphere of that scene, like
The
it's
music,
it's all
I
atmosphere.
was like, what?
It could make you so uncomfortable and all that.
And the way he just
Yeah.
talks about, that's when Luke really.
I will not fight you.
That's when Luke is guaranteed knowing that he made out with his sister.
I think I never thought that was like creepy though, because I always thought it was like she was just doing it to make Han jealous.
Well, she was always hot in the movies, so you're like, I mean, episode
Hey,
6.
I mean she's still hot even though she's my sister.
I mean, if you've ever seen 6. And then Jabba, my man.
Jabba is great.
Jabba,
mean,
my man. Oh,
He's
God.
so cool.
He's
He's
such
a pimp. If
He's-
he would
I don't
own
like
Las
using
He's
the
the
word
most
slave,
disgusting pimp.
He's
ever.
a great
He would own a Las
character.
Vegas.
Yes,
Like
he's
you've
a
been
great
built up not seeing Jabba because you didn't see Jabba, even though
And-
George Lucas wants you to think you did, but you did not.
And Boba Fett dying.
Boba Fett, that is such like he's such like a mysterious badass character, and he
And
goes
he's
out
a
like
and
a
he
way.
little
just dies.
bitch.
Getting, yeah.
I don't like.
Boba Fett.
I don't like people saying he escaped. It's just kind of that's even more
I don't know, I think
pathetic.
they-
Like, why would you have him go into a death trap?
I do think he did escape though.
Because,
It's kind of a
Everyone
weak
knows
way.
he escaped.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah, back to the throne room.
I think
scene.
that
I
they
love
should do. I don't think they should do a necessarily just a Boba Fett spinoff, but I think they should do a Bounty Hunters overall spinoff with like.
I
Bosk
feel like
and
Boba
Dengar
Fett's
and
gonna
all
get a
that.
TV show because you heard about how his movie just fell apart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they switched.
Well,
We're
actually,
gonna get.
that'd
I
be-
think we'll
that'd be
see
even
Boba
better.
Fett in
That
the
would be
solo
even better
movie.
for a TV show if we had all the Bounty Hunters.
Yeah.
Like IG-88, Dengar, Bosk. What's his name?
I feel like our bounty hunter movie is gonna be the solo movie, Han Solo movie.
Mm.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's gonna be when we see more of that world and stuff. But that's a side tangent.
and then
Yeah.
Admiral
That's not
Akbar.
It's a trap.
Admiral
That's a
Akbar.
trap.
Just, I think one of the also
Yeah, you gotta-
saddest
The
parts
the
was
unmasking.
Yoda. Yoda dying was sad.
The unmasking of Darth
The way
Vader.
they did it though was, I think, the best they could have.
Oh yeah, I thought it was great. But the unmasking of Darth Vader.
I was scared. Well, I mean, I was a child, so I really didn't have much opinions that meant anything.
I didn't have any opinions.
But if I were to watch it now, I would have been scared to think, oh god, they're opening the mask. I mean, you're opening a mask of such an evil character.
And
How
you
can
don't know what's underneath it.
And
too.
like the
Right.
amount of trust, like the people that made that face, it looked amazing.
And it just ended well. Like the Jump Jump song. That's the song Kylo Ren was incarnated
Banging
to,
on the heads of the
basically.
stormtroopers, as you were saying before the Ewoks. Do you know what happened to the rest of those stormtroopers? They were eaten. They were devoured by the Ewoks.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh
that
yeah.
jump jump. Beep, bo, bo,
They were hitting
ba.
their head, not just the helmet. Hollow helmets don't make that sound. I should know. Just kidding. But
Kylo Ren was incarnated at that time.
I think anything else you have to
Well,
add?
at that song we know of Kylo Ren. I'm sorry.
Anything else to add to
The ratings.
movie? Yeah,
That was
ratings.
great. It's great. It's great. It's excellent. It's the third greatest
I would
movie
say
ever made.
9 out of 10. Same with 4.
Yeah, 9.
10 out of 10.
9. Go
Okay.
get 'em.
Yeah.
Well, only
More
3
power to
movies
ya.
I will ever give a 10 out of 10.
All right.
Alright, so Star Wars Trilogy.
Fantastic. Subscribe to our channel.
Comment below. Let us know how right we are.
Like us if you liked us. Tell your
If
friends
you
to
didn't
watch.
like us, still like us.
Yeah.
Yep. Share with
Uh,
your friends.
If
Tell
you
them
just
some of
like
our
Patrick
thoughts.
and thought the other two were idiots, still like us.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.